චක්කවාලේසු අත්‍රා ගච්ඡන්තු දේවතා සද්ධම්මං මුනි රාජස්ස සුනන්තු සග්ග මොක්ඛදං ධම්මස්සවන කාලෝ අයං භදන්තා ධම්මස්සවන කාලෝ අයං භදන්තා ධම්මස්සවන කාලෝ අයං භදන්තා. May all divine beings arrive here to listen to sublime Dhamma expounded by the fully enlightened one. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Honor to the Supreme Buddha, the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened one. Meritorious devotees, Dhamma friends, now you all are going to listen to sublime Dhamma expounded by the fully enlightened one. In order to lead the successful mundane and supramundane life, the Buddha has expounded various Dhamma instructions, exhortations in the discourses. Specifically, now in order to lead a successful marriage life, one has to have 4 qualities according to Supreme Buddha. Now there are 4 qualities. Now in Sri Lankan society, specifically our Sri Lankan so-called Buddhists, always they want to base themselves on astrology, astronomy and various other wrong views and all that in leading their lives. But Supreme Buddha, especially in various discourses, including Nakula Pitu discourse in Anguttara Nikaya miscellaneous section, Buddha has mentioned 4 aspects should practice by the 2 persons who are engaging in this family life. What are the 4 factors that Buddha has expounded? First one is what is called unshakable confidence towards the Supreme Buddha. Unshakable confidence towards the Supreme Buddha. That means one has that Buddha knows everything. Buddha has what is called sarvajñata jnana or omniscience. Unfortunately, various people in the world and including so-called Buddhists, believe in Western science. You know, Western science has a say in the world. Western science has a say. Now, we cannot deny it, but it changes. That is the problem. It changes time to time. But the eternal truth, which has been expounded by the Buddha, doesn't change. It remains the same. So that is the truth behind. Therefore, meritorious devotees, Dhamma friends, we have to practice what Buddha has expounded. So first factor is unshakable confidence towards the Supreme Buddha. Now in Sri Lankan society, mainly we find our partner basing on astrology, like horoscope, and we just observe porondam. Now if the porondam is okay, people tend to get married. But unfortunately, later on, they tend to divorce. But according to the Supreme Buddha, if one bases oneself on Dhamma, one doesn't want to get divorced, because can continue because of the foundation, strong foundation, so unshakable confidence. So Buddha's exhortations, instructions, explanations, that particular one always believes and always listens to them. Therefore, he or she doesn't want to, you know, uh, divorce, can continue. Sometimes some problems arise. Now, that is nature. In our family life, there are problems. No family life can be discerned not having problems. Everybody, tend to face problems, tends to face problems in society, various problems. But I mean, one day these problems ends when we attain Nibbana. Till then, the problems are there. Nobody can say we don't have problems. Therefore, meritorious devotees, Dhamma friends, when you find a partner to get married, you had better see whether this particular person has unshakable confidence towards the Supreme Buddha, towards the Supreme Buddha. The second aspect Buddha has expounded is what is called Sila. Sila. Sila is very, very important thing. We have come to this life because of Sila. We have done a lot of meritorious activities in the past. Out of them, especially practicing Sila is one of them. We have practiced Sila, we have observed Sil in our previous lives. Therefore, we came to human life. Some have practiced fully without, some mistakes, weaknesses. Therefore, they could go up to heavenly life. We could come to human life. But those who could not complete virtue, Sila, had to go to hell, Niraya, and some had to go to animal plane, Tirachina Yoni. Some had to go to Preta world. Some had to go to Asura world. Now we fortunately practice Sila, therefore we could come to this human world. If we don't practice Sila, having come to human world, once again we have to go to four hells. Now that is why the Supreme Buddha explicated that we have to have especially two partners, those who are going to get married. They have to have the second quality is Sila. The wife and husband, both of them must be virtuous. They must be pious. Now, husband should not go beyond the wife's, consent. Wife should not go beyond the husband's consent. Always they must believe, especially they must be friendly with each other, and they must not associate other persons, like the wife should not associate other persons apart from her husband. Husband should not associate other women apart from her own wife. Now that is very, very important thing in Dhamma. If you don't do like that, what happens is you have to suffer in the four hells later on. Therefore, the second factor, the piousness, piety, virtuousness or virtue is very, very important factor. Very, very important. Buddha practiced this as a perfection during the life of eons and eons of time for the attainment of Nibbana. Our Supreme Buddha practiced virtue as a perfection, paramita. Now, we should practice sila, and especially for the two persons who are going to be a couple or be married people, have to practice this factor too as second. Thirdly, the Buddha says, now what is first one is what is called samasaddha, equal unshakable confidence. Secondly, samasila, equal virtue. Thirdly, samachaga, that means charity, generosity, giving things to the others. Now this is very important thing for both the husband and the wife. Charitable, they have to be charitable. There are occasions our husbands or the wives, they are not charitable. They are greedy. Some are stingy. Now we must not be like that. Now if one of them are stingy, greedy, then life will be most probably troublesome, because always problems arise in the life. Husband wants to offer things to the Mahasangha or offer things to the dispensation, but wife doesn't like. Wife says we have to do this, we have to do that, we have these things to be done, like that. Wife always obstructs. Then husband doesn't like it. If wife is also a charitable one, generous one, then she also supports. Okay, very good, very good. You give these things, offer these things. I also like to, give something from myself. Add this also. Then both of them, including their parents, including their relatives, including their children, all of them engage in this meritorious activity because they are generous. There are such families in our society, but very rare. Majority are, that category. That means one is generous, one is stingy or greedy. Now that is the situation. That is why Buddha has instructed us, when you get married, please select that particular quality, generosity. Equal generosity is very important. Now, for example, if you are generous, it is a factor to be born in the heavenly world. And you most probably, according to Buddha, if you are generous, you will not go to hell. And there is a very good famous stanza, Danan dadantu saddhaya, Silan rakhantu sabbada, bhavanabi rata hontu gachantu devatagata. We have to offer things with unshakable confidence. Danan dadantu saddhaya, Silan rakhantu sabbada. Practice sila always, often. Bhavanabi rata hontu, you engage in meditation. And why? To go to the heavenly plane. Why we go to the heavenly plane? Because we can practice Dhamma there. That is a major factor. If you go to heavenly plane, there are, according to present context, the deities who have developed their mind up to Sotapanna level, Sakadagami level, Anagami level. First stage of sainthood, second stage of sainthood, and third stage of sainthood. up to that level, up to those levels, there are deities, they have improved their minds. When we go to those heavenly planes, we can meet them, encounter them, and we can associate them, and that will pave the way for our exoneration, for our emancipation, for our liberation. Therefore, meritorious devotees, Dhamma friends, what you have to do is to do these meritorious deeds, and especially these factors, generous. Now, your generosity is very important, and that is why Buddha has mentioned both parties, husband and wife, both have to be generous. So, when selecting the correct person, the porondang is nothing to it has nothing to do with our marriage. What is important is these qualities according to Supreme Buddha. The final one is very, very important, final factor. What is the final factor? Final factor is what is called wisdom, panya. Panya is not intelligence. Now you have to understand that factor. Panya is understanding, comprehension, knowing the reality as it is. Panyavan tassayan dhammo nayan dhammo duppanyassa. This Dhamma is not for unwise persons. This Dhamma is for wise persons. So that is why now this Dhamma we call Patisotagami. Patisotagami. That means we have to go up in the stream, not go down in the stream. Patisotagami. Go down in the stream is very simple thing. When you jump into the river, the water flows down, you naturally goes down. Anusotagami. But if you jump into the river, the stream goes down, but if you can go up by swimming, that is very difficult thing. Just like that, the practice of Dhamma is Patisotagami. Patisotagamin nipunang gambiran duddha sanganu. Raga rattena dakkinti tamukkandena avuta. So Buddha first and foremost tend to think like that. My understanding, my comprehension is very, very deep one. How can these people, the worldlings, putujjana, understands, who are always engaged in lust and these defilements? When that incident takes place, Brahma Sahampati very immediately appeared before the Buddha and invited the Buddha, don't do like that. The Supreme Buddha preached Dhamma for the betterment of the world, human and other deities and all that. That is how the Supreme Buddha delivered Dhamma. Therefore, this Panya is very important to lead a successful life, because there are occasions, ups and downs in the lives. Now, sometimes we can get benefit, sometimes disadvantages. Labha, labha. Advantages, disadvantages. Ayasa, yasa. Fame, defame. Ninda, prasansa. Appreciation is there and despise is there. And sapaduk, we have pleasure and sometimes we have displeasure. That means sorrow, suffering, unsatisfactoriness. So, the happiness is not always happiness and unhappiness. This is the nature of the life. Now, we can understand this with what is called panya. Panya is the one which reveals this. Intelligence is, for passing the examinations. You can pass examinations with intelligence, but you cannot pass the life with intelligence only. It is very, very important wisdom. The people in the society have prudence and intelligence, but not wisdom. The Buddha teaches us to, especially develop our wisdom. Wisdom could be developed by, first and foremost, we have to have unshakable confidence, and end result is wisdom. Now that is how it operates, starting from saddha and ending with panya. Now saddha, sila, sutta, chaga, panya. There are these factors. We call them sheka bala, and there are as faculties saddha, virya, sati, samadhi, panya. So all time, at all times, panya becomes very, very powerful, just like saddha. Saddha is starting point, panya is the climax. Our expectation is to reach the panya level. But what we talk about in relation to marriage life is how to lead a successful marriage life, how we can have the wisdom for the betterment of a satisfactory marriage life. Therefore, meritorious devotees, Dhamma friends, in this particular Dhamma talk, what I wanted to emphasize is how Buddha has expounded very important 4 factors for the leading a successful family life. What are these 4? In these 2 partners, in selecting the partners, not astrology, not horoscope, not what is called other measures, wrong measures, right, porondang. Now these are unnecessary things according to the Supreme Buddha. The most important factors in selecting the person for getting married, and the 4 factors which are essential for the couple for leading a successful life are what is called saddha, equal unshakable confidence, equal sila, equal virtue, samasila, and samachaga, equal charity, and samapanya, equal wisdom. If you have these factors, you can lead a successful life. Then this mundane life will be satisfactory. It paves the way for the supramundane life, and finally it leads to the end of this sansaric life, that is the final goal, Nibbana. So having listened to this Dhamma sermon, may all of you be able to come to the final emancipation. May the Noble Triple Gem bless with you all. Akasattha ca bummatta devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chiran rakkantu sasanang akasattha ca bummatta devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chiran rakkantu desanang akasattha ca bummatta devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chiran rakkantu tang sada. May you all be well and happy.